Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Tonight we're going to do Pitch Black. What is Pitch Black? Well, I've done it once before. It's just, let's turn this light over here so my forehead's not glowing in the darkness. I'm just opening up the channel to anybody with the comic if they want to pop in and promote their comic. I didn't have a guest tonight, so I figured I'd try a Pitch Black. If nobody shows up, I got a stack of comics here, and I'll do a What You're Reading. I've been reading a lot of comics this weekend. So first off, we got my comic on Fund My Comic. You know what? I'm going to bring up the campaign. My audio is off. How is that? Is that better? Garfield, how does that sound? How does that sound? I switched it. Is that sound better? I don't know until somebody says something. I don't know what to say. What do you think? Anybody? So I will continue doing what I was doing. Share screen. Okay. Anybody? Garfield? How's the sound? Let's try this then. How is this? Is this better? Garfield, how does this sound? Is this better? I got two mics and I switched them. I don't know. Is that better? How does that sound? Just let me know in the comments below. So here is my campaign. We are at $4,809. Sounds okay? Okay. This sounds okay now? All right. Oh, much better. Okay. I have this camera plugged in case nobody shows up. I can talk about these comics. So I guess the wrong mic hooked up. So I switched mics. Okay. So this is my campaign. If we're going to do Pitch Black, I'm going to pitch myself. I got 153 backers. Uh, my first campaign had 253 backers. So, let's get those numbers up. I'm just $200 more to 5,000, and then I could release the next stretch goal card, which is going to be the Subterranean. And let's go through the campaign. 10 days to go. 10 days to go. So I'm going to be pushing this hard. Okay, so here is the Mary Sue cover. Look at that glorious Renzo Rodriguez artwork and Oscar Carano colors. That is just so good. And then we got here are the two covers. It's a flip book, so each comic has two front covers. You just flip it over and pick whichever one you want to be the main cover. This is the Patriarch. He battles the Subterranean over here, and this is Mary Sue, her origin. And then we have, you see, this is what the variant is going to look like. This is the variant. We got Jose Garcia, and then we got Josh Howard drawing Mary Sue over here. And then this is the cosplay cover with Martina Marcota as Mary Sue. And here is some glorious internal artwork. Patriarch's wife, Marissa, and he wants to spend the day at home, but unfortunately duty calls, duty, and he's off. He's off to the races, and a child was in a sinkhole, and right away he knows exactly what's going on. So he's on it. He goes below, and the irony is he was going to stay and play Dungeons Dragons, or as I call it, dungeon crawl with his kids. Instead, he is having a literal dungeon crawl in real life. And here is some action pages from Mary Sue. Renzo is done with the artwork. Daniel is coloring the Patriarch as we speak. And then it's just lettering. And then it's pre-press. Pre-press doesn't take too long. And then we're ready to go. Here's all the merch you can get. 10 days. And then, it's going to stay in demand. But this is going to let me know. The mic sounds muffled. Does this sound better? I don't. How it? Does this sound better? How's that sound? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if that sounds better. I still got pint glasses left, and I still got uh, Renzo's artwork available. I got sets of cards for $10. Seven of these cards. This is from issue number 1. As of right now, we only have 2 cards unlocked for issue number 2, and I had, I think I'm gonna make like 7 cards in issue. That way, I could sell them for $10 each. It's better now. Okay, good. I put this mic here, and while I'm talking, I will post this link again. This is for anybody to pop in. Anybody who wants to promote their book, and if nobody, I'm going to wait 10 minutes. I'm going to filibuster for 10 minutes. If nobody shows up in 10 minutes, then I will just start talking about comics that I read. So let's continue this. So, I have all these cards ready, and this is Renzo's artwork. These are, what is it, 17? I forget the number, 17 by 12. I forget the dimensions of comic art pages. But look, check these out. Check these out. I think this is from Coney Waves. Not all of them is from Heroic Tales, but he sent me a stack of his artwork. I don't know what this is from. This is some from Fantasy Animals thing. This looks really cool. This is the first page of Heroic Tales. I am so tempted to buy that. Look at all this, the original artwork for these pages. Look at all that. That is so cool. For $10, you can get the cards. You could get this, the hoodie, the Mary Sue shirt, and you click down here. It tells you the sizes. The Patriarch shirts, you click down here. It tells you the sizes. The challenge coin, the regular size coin, Mary Sue's coin, pint glass. And then here is issue number 1 with the various covers. You just click down here, and it tells you which cover. They got letters superimposed on them. And here is the Heroic Tales. This is the both cover of your choice. So you pick which cover you want, A or B. That'll help me when I have time to deliver. This is if you want both covers. And this is cover bundle. Duh. This is the cosplay cover. This is the Josh. I call this the Josh and Jose cover. This is the Renzo cover. And this is digital tier. So for $6, you get issue 2. For $10, you can get issue 1 and 2. So that's everything offered on the campaign. I think it's pretty straightforward. Let me know if anybody has any problems with it. Let's see. I can close that. Okay. Oh, I just hate when my face is so big, especially with this big bushy beard. You can see it. It's full, glorious, high definition. Okay, so the sound is good now. Can we show off portfolio? Yeah. Click on the link. Joe Williams. Are we just writing pitches? Oh, whatever you want to pitch. You got a comic, you got a novel, you got a movie, toy line. If you want to pitch something, now is the time and the place. No, I never got the new mic. I got to get a new mic. I forgot all about it, to be honest. Just work is crazy. A lot of work, and then I come home and I'm so tired, and I don't. It's like, look how crazy my hair is. Jeez, look at that. Look, where is it? Right here. This crazy portion of hair sticking up. It's just I kind of like compartmentalize my out life. So when I'm not in front of the camera, I don't think of it. And then as soon as I sit down, I'm like, oh yeah, camera, phone. So, all right, it's been 10 minutes. If nobody clicks on the link, I guess I will start showing comics. So I will raise this up. Yeah, I do. I agree with you. I need a new camera. I need a new mic. So I will do this. And I will extend this. How do I extend this? Oh, wrong way. Okay. And at the stage. Focus, focus, focus. Why is it not focusing? Stop the camera. Extra camera. At the stage. There we go. Okay, so I guess we're doing what you're reading. So I got a big stack of comics that I actually read. Who's sending me messages? Okay, it's just a coincidence. All right, clearing my messages, and we are ready to go. All right. So this is what am I reading? I just read these this weekend. Forgive the mic in my face, but this is I like to get. So I've got these Hulks. I talked about I bought a collection. Gee, I bought this collection before I even met my wife. I bought this collection before I even started work as a teacher. So I'm trying to remember what year that was. 2003. And these have been sitting in the box since then. And this old timer, he bought all the Marvel comics as they came out. Every week he went and he bought them all and he put them all in chronological order. So it was like there would be Hulk, and then like the next issue would be Captain America, and the next issue would be Avengers. Like whatever came out that week, he put them in the order of release date. So it wasn't like a full run of Hulks. So when I was looking through this, I didn't realize that it was like full runs, and these are like near mint condition. So I bought a near full run of Marvel, everything from like 1965 to like I would say like 1978 of everything Marvel, and I'm finally getting around to reading these Hulks. I don't know why. I know why, because I there was a couple of issues missing, so I couldn't read them, and until I filled in the gaps. So here we go. So let's check this out. So this is Hulk 119. These are Herb Trimpe doing the artwork here. So it's Herb Trimpe, and this is the Hulk fighting Maximus the Mad. I have to say these aren't that great. These aren't that great. This is Stan Lee writing them, Herb Trimpe drawing them. Although I do like this Herb Trimpe artwork, I didn't like him as a kid. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't, he. I think, and if Marcus is in the chat, he can back me up. But I think Herb Trimpe was more interested in like westerns and war comics. So like, he's drawing all this fantastic stuff with like a more realistic look to it. I'm gonna put down this camera just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Because I don't know. Like to me, he was like less flashy than everybody else working for Marvel. So this is just the Hulk. It's just Monster of the Week. It's like so this issue, Hulk. Last issue he fought Namor. So Namor like hits him. He goes flying onto the beach. What a coincidence! It's in a South American country, and this South American country just happened to be taken over by Maximus the Mad and the evil Inhumans. So now he battles them, and then it's just the Hulk stumbling into adventure after adventure after adventure. There's no arc. There's nothing. You could skip an issue and it really doesn't matter. And then every issue just has Thunderbolt Ross like obsessively going after the Hulk. It's not really that great. So here you go. So now, as fate would have it, as he was in this I forget the name of this country, this imaginary South American country, the military happens to be going there for exercises. So some Thunderbolt Ross just happens to be in this tiny little nation because that's right. The rightful leaders called to get Maximus out. So the American military shows up, and then Thunderbolt Ross shows up, and now Hulk's fighting the military. It's just so like I don't know, low effort. And then Hulk makes his way into Florida, and he fights the Glob. So this is a Swamp Thing, Man Thing type creature that was just more powerful than the Hulk. But What did they do? They poured anti-radiation fluid into the Everglades, and Hulk conveniently, because the Hulk was rescuing a girl, so he wasn't in the water at the time, and it killed the glob. Now, where is this anti-radiation fluid? You know, they brought it up once, and then they never mentioned it again. So now, at the beginning of this, Reed Richards announces that he has a cure for the Hulk. While working on a cure for the Thing, he stumbles upon a cure for the Hulk. So they he put out like an announcement and just waiting for Banner to show up. Banner, of course, shows up, but hijinks ensue. The Hulk fights, and of course, it doesn't work. It's just like Hulk stumbling around. Now we got the Army makes this H.G. Wells tripod machine, and it's the ultimate weapon. And they just know that the leader is going to steal it, so they actually ask the Hulk to guard it. You know, it's nothing great. And of course, the leader shows up. You know, he's so smart. And then he steals it. Now Hulk's got to fight him. Now, oh yeah, Hulk is going to marry Betty Banner. This is the comic that I showed the picture of Thunderbolt Ross has a painting of an atomic explosion above his fireplace while his daughters get married. It's just so weird. And they find him. Oh, that's right. The leader blasted with the Gamatron beam that makes it so that he could never become the Hulk again. And of course, he becomes the Hulk again because the leader then sends the Rhino after him. It's just stumbling upon the monster of the week. Oh, comments. Joe Williams, a man who gets Superman-like powers while he sleeps. He's disappointed. Girlfriend sends him into a coma so he can be more charismatic for the holidays. Antics. Oh, okay, so he's dreaming that he's a superhero, and when he's awake, he doesn't have the power. That's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. He was interested in westerns and war comics. There you go. Thanks, Marcus. And again, I'll throw out the link. It's a starred link, if anybody could still see it. Tony Grigo. My wife and I are going to go see Superman this Sunday. We did not see it yet. I've been hearing people like it. Good, which is what I want. I want there to be a good Superman movie. So now there's a comet coming towards the Earth, and the only thing fast enough to intercept it is this prototype rocket, and they can't just aim it at it. They need a pilot. So Dr. Banner volunteers to fly it. And what I think is funny is that Thunderbolt Ross recruits Dr. Banner to fly this thing. He's not a pilot, you know, but you need a scientific mind to redo the equations. That's literally what they say. So the military gets Dr. Banner and they put him on this rocket that's going to go into space to destroy this comet, but they don't give him a uniform or anything. He literally goes up in ripped purple pants. You know, it's like you can't give him a spacesuit or anything. And while he's in space, he destroys this comet. The Absorbing Man was on the comet. Apparently, he fought Thor and was lost in space. He went through the comet's trail and absorbed into the comet. So now he fights the Absorbing Man. And then when he lands just where this cult is about to sacrifice people, and they're going to sacrifice Banner if they said Banner through this magic portal to defeat the Nightcrawler, then the forces of like Cthulhu and stuff like that are the Nightcrawlers defending. So the Nightcrawler is not really a bad guy. He's protecting us from what lies beyond, but the Hulk doesn't care. He's just going to fight. It's just, and then he lands over here. Oh, and now, so after the fight, the Hulk falls asleep. He goes into a cave, and then he wakes up, and the cave is an entrance to Subterranea, where Tyrannus finds him, and Tyrannus sends Mogul out to fight him. Tyrannus wants to defeat the Mole Man. You know, there's a war beneath the earth between the forces of Tyrannus, the Mole Man, and the Lava Man. But Mogul actually becomes friends with the Hulk, and in the weirdest twist ever, Hulk is like friends with Mogul, and then all of a sudden he's like, "You're a robot." And Mogul's like, "Yeah, I'm a robot." And Hulk's like, "I smash robots," just out of nowhere, and then just smashes poor Mogul because that's that's it. So that, I guess, and then I did this one, Hulk, X-Men 97 for Sunday Comics. Look at this guy. I always love this cover. Again, this is what the 5th issue in a row of the X-Men, 5th appearances, and it's just no mutant stuff. It's just superhero action. So good. This is Dave Cockrum, but this cover is by Rich Buckler and Dave Cockrum. But Rich Buckler's artwork in here. Comments going by. I'm sorry. Zaid, how you doing, Zaid? Yo, John. Zaid Comics in here. Arkham Hobbies and Hangout. Hey, John, let me know if you need a sidekick tonight. Yeah, I put the link in. The chat. It's starred. Anybody could pop in. It's open invite. Zach Tad gives me the blessing. Oh, good. Whew. Need the blessing. I feel unblessed until Zach Tan gives me the drive-by blessing. Yeah, pitch a comic. That's what it's supposed to be. I'm just filibustering. Apparently, nobody wants to pitch a comic. People used to message me all the time. Can I pitch my comic? Now I'm giving people a platform to pitch their comic. Nobody wants to come in. Yeah, it was random robot racism. Yeah, and Mogul was nothing but friends to the Hulk. You know, he was just like, hey, let's be buddies. And then all of a sudden, Hulk is just like, no, you're a robot, and I hate robots. I smash robots. Do you smash robots, Arkham? Arkham's getting himself combobulated, because right now he's discombobulated. Not only do you have 10,000 comics, you have memorized synopsis for each one. Wrong on 2 accounts. I have 55,000, and I can't remember most of them. It's just that these I read this weekend. So the Hulk isn't into AI either. Yep, pretty much. Hulk. Tony Grigo asked, John, do you prefer the original Daredevil costume or the later red? I like the later red one, but I do still love the yellow and red one. The original Daredevil costume is awesome, but there's something about that red one, and the red one shouldn't work. It's just red, but I don't know. Like I don't know.
I think it's a little accents of black with the red that make it look really
right,
good.
And the horns, you know, and then the DD, like it to me, it's like I don't know. It's just a cool costume. It's kind of lazy. It's like Spider-Man in the all black, but it just looks cool too, you know. Yeah. So, all right. Everybody else is saying hello to each other. So I'm going to continue with this. Did you read these original X-Men's?
Yes, I love when I saw that X-Men 97, I was just like drooling a little bit because I'm missing all those. They're all gone from a collection a while ago. So I'm living vicariously through you right now, John.
Yeah, I think this might have come from that large collection that I got, because I got a lot. Oh, back to Hulk. Okay, so that X-Men comic was a Sunday Comics. And now we got the Incredible Hulk 120. So this is the Hulk is trapped underground after his battle with Mogul, the AI. I see somebody's in the back room. They want to come in. You got to turn on your camera. I got to see your face, you know, for a bunch of reasons. I like talking to faces. Second off, then I know you're not somebody goofing off and stuff like that, because sometimes you bring people up and then they turn the camera on and it's porn, or you know what I mean? So if you want to come on my channel, I got to see your face. So there you go. All right. So this one is the Hulk is underground. He just battled and destroyed Mogul in an act of robot racism. Or is it biologicalism? What would that be? But anyway, now Hulk is just traveling, and just coincidentally underground with no cardinal directions and no landmarks. Hulk is traveling towards the San Andreas Fault. So the military thinks like Hulk is going to destroy California, which really wouldn't be that much of a problem if you ask me. So they send in the Avengers. So this is kind of funny. So Thunderbolt Ross calls in the Avengers, and he's just disappointed that these guys show up. He's like, where's Thor? Where's Captain America? Where's Iron Man? And they're like, well, we're the Avengers now. Yes, Ed Marcus, you're right. This is Hawkeye as Goliath.
You know, that's an era of comics people don't talk about much, is the Hawkeye as Goliath.
Right. Yeah, so Hawkeye had like a little bit of what, and it's kind of weird now that he's big. He forgets his bow and arrow. Like he should have had a gigantic like specially made, like bow and arrow made out of like telephone poles and stuff.
There'd be a lot of dead villains. A lot of dead villains.
Yeah. Shoot Ultron with like a circus tent post. No, you got to leave your camera on if we talk. You know, I want to talk to faces. That's why these are conversations. That's my rule. RJ for the Fourth Age gets a pass because he's been around forever. So people are asking me in private chats, can I, show you my face? No, people don't want to talk to Black Smart. I whenever I go to any other channel and it's just a panel of avatars, I just turn it off. I don't want to talk to your cartoon character or a blank screen.
If I can interject real quick, John,
Sure.
I think when a lot of people, when they have avatars, don't get me wrong, there's avatar people I watch, but for the most part, it feels like anyways, a lot of people that use avatars, you don't get a lot of their real personality. You kind of get the avatar, what they're representing, what they're giving. They're not seeing the person behind it.
Yeah, that's why I don't say interviews, or I say conversations. I don't know about you, but if I was to sit down in a bar and the guy has a mask on, I'm not going to talk to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the way I feel. Organic racism. Yes. Is it a race? I don't even know. That's funny. We got to come up with a word for people who hate robots. Where am I? I just scrolled the chat. And now I forgot.
Biomechicist?
There you go. I like that one. Simple costumes are the best. I hated the new 52 redesigns with all the piping and all. Yes, too many extra lines. Somebody got mad at me when I said that. Superman's costume just has bizarre tangent lines, and it makes no sense. Simple and elegant is the best way for a superhero costume. I understand, like Jack Kirby had those extra crazy lines and stuff like that, but Are
you talking about John Romita's take on 52 Superman?
Well, wasn't it Jim Lee? He redesigned them all, and he just put like weird lines all over the.
He did, but I think Romita was doing the main comic book line for that one, and I agree with you. There's just way too many narrow lines on his suit.
Right. Yeah, I think Jim Lee, and I could be wrong, but I think Jim Lee designed them all. But then Jim Lee,
right.
He didn't have to draw them over and over and over again. He just shoot. You know what I mean? So it's easy to come up with, but Superman doesn't need just lines all over his costume. He doesn't have circuitry. Like I could see it on somebody like Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love that Goliath costume. Hawkeye is Goliath. Organic supremacy. Hey, I live in California. I'm sorry. I'm just teasing. I'm teasing.
I used to live in California.
A-Team can't react to every situation. Well, this is Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America. Well, Captain America stayed. I don't know why he's not here right now. But Thor and Iron Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp left because they kind of wanted to have, they were in their own comics. Back then, believe it or not, Marvel and DC thought that characters could be overexposed. So they had another team of Avengers. And it was a pretty risky move. They replaced A-listers with like C-listers. Let's go to the next issue. Who would win in an arm wrestling match between Sergeant Rock and Sergeant Fury? I don't know. I love Sergeant Fury, and I don't know much about Sergeant Rock. I don't think I have any Sergeant Rock comics. If I do, I have like an odd one here or there. I really need to read more Sergeant Rock. As I said millions and millions of times, I actively avoided Westerns, war, jungle, detective comics as a kid. Not Detective Batman, but mystery comics, horror comics. I avoided it. It was just, to me, comic books were superheroes. As an adult, I've learned to love all of that stuff. Like, I wish I knew back in the 70s how good DC's Western and war comics were. Because now I'm getting the Jonah Hex comics. And at the same time, Wonder Woman is fighting like pink elephants from Jupiter. Jonah Hex is just going on these full-on, and when I say adult, I don't mean dirty or pornographic. I mean like adventures, Hulk is doing a Bugs Bunny. Hopefully he doesn't take a wrong turn on an Albuquerque. Exactly. Biomechist. He's biosupremacist. Say the new Superman yesterday had its moments. Okay, yeah. The new Luddites. Yes. Yes, the new Luddites. Hey, Yellow Flash. Great books here. Hey, Yellow Flash. How you doing? How you doing, Yellow Flash? Good to see you. Your book is doing good. Hey, Phil, are you going to turn on your camera? I can't let you in and turn on your camera after I just told this one guy he couldn't come in.
By the way, Yellowfish, I got to message you. You have me blocked on X for some reason. I have no idea why.
Hey, Yellow Flash, why are you blocking my buddy Arkham over here?
It's okay. It's probably like a chain or maybe, I don't know. I'll have to talk to him about it.
I'm about to be called a hypocrite now because I'm letting Phil Diaz in. The reason is because I know Phil Diaz is a real person.
I am. How do I sound?
You sound like a real person, and
you sound like a human.
Phone call from potential spam. Potential spam is calling me.
So I apologize, but I'm at my work office.
Okay.
And I only have a mic here. I don't have a camera.
I know you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people I don't know. As much as I hate this, yeah, call me a hypocrite. Blob back then was smart rather than a movie fat guy. Yes. Oh, this is the Glob. So the Glob actually got like people kind of like the Glob, so they brought him back. And I don't know. Did he only have 2 appearances? I'd like to see the Blob come back. Yellow Flash, you want to come in? Yellow Flash. Marcus, you want to come in? This is,
the link is in the chat.
Yeah, the link is. I throw it out every once in a while.
I heard you were talking about Westerns.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
And this is a book pitch stream.
Yes, this was Pitch Black. This is, I know nothing about what you're gonna pitch and just pitch, but I brought out a stack of comics in case nobody showed up. So again, you gonna pitch something?
Yeah, so I actually I'm working on a Western. I've been working on it for like more than a year now. Probably maybe
cool.
A couple of years. And it's gonna be available soon. We're trying this new thing where it's going to be a long running series and we're doing an issue at a time and we're printing the issues ourselves because I work for this huge arcade in Chicago. It's the world's largest arcade. And we actually have a print, like a printing business as well, where we print side art and t-shirts and all this stuff. And we just figured out that one of our printers can print comics like Pete Zemeti's doing.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be awesome. So I have issue 0 is going to drop within the next couple months. And then issue 1 will be out by the end of the year as well. So we're working on upgrading our website. Let me see if I can.
Do you have anything to show?
I do. The funny thing is I have proofs of them, like test prints, and we're testing out new paper and stuff. But I don't have a camera, so I can't show you guys the books. I have them right next to me, which is funny.
Can't you take a picture and then send it to us via email?
Yeah, I have a bunch of pictures.
There you go. Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me at Twitter. Cool. So Yellow Flash wants to know, what is your handle, Arkham, on Twitter?
Oh, on X. Let me grab it. I'll message to him.
Well, you can't message to him. You're blocked.
Oh, that's right. I'm not the host. This is how much I care about it. Right now, it's
Phil
just
Diaz is a real boy. Yes, I met Phil. Well, not in person, but he's been on my channel. So Phil Diaz. There you go.
It's out of my mind. 1331.
The funny thing about Westerns is I have a Western idea that's plotted out, ready to go. I have a sequel for it, but it's Cowboys versus Vampires, and I feel like that's been done to death. So maybe someday. I'll probably do the sequel first and then do a prequel.
I was gonna say you can still hold on to that just because it's been overdone. Look at Walking Dead.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, but when I started telling the people about it, the common reaction was, "Oh, vampires and cowboys. It's been done." So
I think I said that once, John.
There's a great vampire cowboy book put out by Eastman and illustrated by Simon Bisley. It's called A Fistful of Blood, and it's like A Fistful of Dollars, but this super hot, half-naked chick, cowgirl, comes to a town, is run by 2 gangs, like the old Yojimbo thing. One gang is zombies, the other gang is vampires.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Sick. I have an idea for a Western, like I got the idea from The Matrix. And okay, tell us about yours. This is Pitch Black. This is you pitching. So
Oh, okay, cool. So I haven't announced the title yet. We're going to announce it when we launch on our site. I have a cool trailer that's in the works, but I have a little write up here. I'll just read this for you. The basic, I guess. Well, this is a quote from the story. Once upon a time, there lived a gunslinger. His heart was cursed to rot with every soul he took. And it's a mixture of a spaghetti western with a fairy tale. So it's fantasy elements. There's a witch involved, but our hero here is on a path of vengeance. And every step he takes down this path, his body and soul gets corrupted. So it's obviously a commentary on revenge tales where he's losing himself down the path. And this little write-up says, the path of revenge is one paved in bullets and blood. Follow a lone gunman who finds out how much of his soul he's willing to lose in order to get back what's been taken from him. This weird Western mixes the grit and action of the 70s spaghetti Westerns with the magic and myth you'd find in a fairy tale from the Brothers Grimm. So I'll show you. This is...
I got to tell you, man, Phil, me and you are on too much of a wavelength, because I have a Western that I have an artist already working on it, but it's not really a Western. It's just Science City, where Heroic Tales is a specific spot. And there's a ghost town that existed in that location before town. So I'm telling the story of why Science City is weird. You know, it's set in the cowboy times, even though there's no cowboys in it. So technically it's a Western because it's in the Old West.
Oh,
South,
yeah, sure.
But it's not cowboys and Indians. It's just people settlers and the craziness that enveloped. But I don't want to repeat it, but there's kind of elements in your pitch that, oh man. So it just shows great minds think alike, I guess. Look at this guy. He's pretty cool. Who's this guy?
So this guy, we won't see him until issue 1, and he's prominent in issue 2. He's like your straight-laced lawman. Obviously, he has a white hat, so he's your white hat lawman sheriff, and he's going to interact with our very gray, morally grayed hero who's on Path of Revenge. So they marry each other. He wants him to be put in front of a court for the things that he's done, and calamity is going to ensue between them. But we won't see him for a while. I just have some really cool concept art that I love. I'm working with Oliver Isabedra, an amazing artist. We've been working, since 2000, I think.
Wow, this looks like 70s DC Westerns, which is a compliment. This looks like real professional. This is really good.
This is actually an image. This is one I sent you of the book. So this is the test print of it. So the colors, the interior is going to be black and white, but the colors turned out great on the cover.
First off, I want to say hello to Marcus. You came in.
What's up, Marcus?
And I got caught up in everything else. So Marcus is here.
That's Marcus.
I'm going to turn off my extra camera because we don't really need it. I was just filibustering until people showed up. First question I got to ask is, what kind of paper is this?
This is just paper that we had in the machine. We just ordered, I think, a ream of like 2,000 pages of what we're going to use. So it's going to be a matte, I think.
Okay. When you said printing your own stuff, I was kind of hoping it would be newsprint.
So the where we get our paper from doesn't sell newsprint, but they do at like Office Depot. So I'm gonna just drive out and get a ream and then see how it prints on newsprint if we like that better.
And keep me posted. If it looks good, man, you could be the printer guy for all of us.
Yeah.
You might. I remember when I had Eric July on, I kind of like put a bug in his ear. I was like, you should be the in-house printer for all the indie comics. And he was like, things are in the works. And then he announced Rippaverse. I'd like to take credit for that. Second, maybe you could be the guy that
maybe.
What I mean?
We're doing a lot of tests this year.
I'm very happy with Comics Wellspring. That's what I use.
Mm-hmm.
Great customer service. They do a great job. My comics look great. I mean, you could say whatever you want about my comics. One of the things you can't say is that it doesn't feel good. It's an excellently made comic. But I would, love to see what yours looks like, and especially if you could do like newspaper. Like I'm kind of watching Pizza Medi and seeing what he's doing.
Oh, that looks really good.
You know, Pizza Medi is doing newsprint, but like he's printing from his house. I just need to see how it comes together. I can't even talk anymore. Look at this. This looks awesome.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, that looks really good. I like this.
Yeah, we're going for very gritty, but also like fantastic. You know, there is magic in this world. There are, you know, supernatural elements to this, and I've been working on it for a really long time. It's the first time I've ever written something where I made a physical like timeline of the history of this character.
Oh, cool.
So I am very like, the art is insane, and I just hope that the amount of time I put into writing this lives up to it. But yeah, this
is this in the same world as all your other stuff?
No, this is its own standalone world. So this is not twisted into the Lost pages.
Okay, cool. This looks awesome.
Yeah, this is page.
Really, really nice.
Yeah, it does. I who said that?
Torchbearer
Torchbearer said that he sees Brett Booth field. Yeah, I could see that image.
Yeah.
Who's drawing this? You said the name and it just went in when you out the other.
Oliver Isabedra.
This looks awesome.
He's done some work for Joe Sontag as well. He did.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, you're not at home, Marcus? You're on the road?
Yep. I'm in Greenville, North Carolina.
I thought of you today, Marcus. I started
Oh,
a
no.
new job.
Is that good or bad?
No, I thought of you
That's what he
today.
thought.
I'm working in the Bronx now. You know, when things slow down, you move.
Okay.
So I'm working in a school in the Bronx, and I have to drive. So
Oh, wow. You do?
tomorrow is the
Right.
1-year anniversary of my car accident.
No, I know. You don't like to drive. I don't
So-
blame you.
So I woke up
I
at
don't blame
4
you.
o'clock in the morning like I'm used to, and I drive to this new job, and I get there an hour and a half early.
Oh, no.
So I
Hold on
could
a
sleep.
second.
I could sleep late. That's good. And I you know, my car is kind of on its last legs. You know, so I'm like, my wife is worried. I don't blame her. Honey, if you're watching, I kind of got a little snappy. I was like, stop worrying. I got to go to work.
Yeah,
You know.
no, boy, wow.
That's
She doesn't want me
That's
driving
right.
for obvious
From
reasons.
where
But,
you are?
but
from where
anyway,
you
I
are
thought
to
of
the
you because
Bronx.
now I'm driving, looking for stuff to listen to on my journey home because I'm stuck in the Long Island Expressway, just sitting in
Yeah,
traffic.
That's
Listen to-
the worst, man. I mean, you know, you want to take Metro North or Long Island Railroad and you complain about the subway, but if you have to drive from where you are, and I know where you are, to the Bronx, that's a hike, man.
I flew this morning. There was nobody on the road.
Well, it's
Boom.
early, but still, it's not an easy drive.
Anyway, now I'm wasting up Phil's time. Hey, Phil,
No, you're good.
what year is this going to be set in? I know it's a fictional world, but do you have like an era of the Old West?
Yeah, it's going to span from the 1870s to the late 1880s.
Okay.
Just throughout the series, because we'll see a couple of decades.
I'm kind of interested if anybody's going to do like a Western, but like they got like cap and ball guns, like before revolvers and stuff, like the real.
Oh yeah, sure.
deal.
I mean that stuff still persisted into the 1880s. You know, Wild Bill Hickok used cap revolvers instead of
See,
actual cartridges.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't this like right at the term of the Industrial Revolution, right when Western was kind of being phased out by the U.S. government, was like at the end of the 18th century, correct? Or 19th century?
Yeah, the railroad is the kind of thing that turned it all
Right.
around. Well, I'm
Yeah.
a huge fan of the Sergio Leone films, and Once Upon a Time in the West is a
Fantastic.
huge influence on
yeah.
me just for storytelling in general.
I grew up. Marcus and I are the same. Every Sunday, we went to church, came home from church, watched like Bowery Boys and Groucho Marx, you know,
Mhm.
and then ended it with like a Western with my dad. You know, it was like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one day a week that he was home. He was always working overtime. I just want to say hello to OK the artist. He went and got his camera. Good to see that you're a real person. You know,
Hey,
Phil will get a couple more minutes, and then we'll talk about your comic. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
And I know you're probably mad. How come Phil? Because I know Phil. You know, I know he's a real person.
I'm sorry.
I know he's not going to throw porn out.
Phil always has his. Has his
Yeah, and
stuff.
Phil sends out naked pictures to all of us, so we know who he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
No, I'm always on
Phil,
camera.
that's what we call him.
Joke.
So this like I said, issue 0 is, and here's some of the supernatural elements of this is a character we'll see in issue 1, but so issue 0 is going to basically unravel the whole world for the readers and hopefully hook people in. It's already done.
I like your writing, so you know I'm at least going to check out issue number 1.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's already lettered. So, and like I said, we're doing test prints right now. So we're going to try this new thing where we put it up on our site, having our website upgraded so we could have like add-ons and all that cool stuff.
Cool.
I'm going to do a canvas wanted poster that's already.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, it's
that
going to be
really
super
cool. Now let me ask you. You said on your site. Which site are you going to use?
zadecomics.com. So,
okay. So you have your own. Oh,
Yep.
That is awesome. I got to talk to you about that. I would really. I mean, I like Fund My Comic and I like Luke, but ultimately, like once the campaigns are over, I would like to have like just a store of all my stuff.
oh yeah, I think everybody
This
should.
is down the road. This is down the road. I got one issue out. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking like.
John, I thought once the initial funding is over with Fund My Comics and those things, you can pull them and just put them into your own store.
Right. Like, but do you pay every month for a site? Like that's.
If you buy the site, you should be able to buy your own domain, get a good name for it.
Yeah, I use Squarespace, which is like the domain publisher, right? And it's very easy to build stuff like this. It's like they have a bunch of options. You could drag and drop things. Like I just made this myself last week and put this up. So if you guys are interested in this, checking this out when it drops, head on over to zadecomics.com.
Oh, that is awesome.
And you could put your email right there, and we do updates.
I'll be reaching out to you. Maybe let me get issue 2 out the door and fulfilled before I even start thinking about. I got plans for the future, but that all assumes things go well. You know,
John, can you put a link for his page in the chat?
Sure. Send it to me through the private chat, and I will throw it in the public chat.
Yeah, let me do this.
Or send it to Marcus. Through
dropping the private chat.
This
right
is
now.
awesome. This looks really good.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, you guys could just sign up for the email list. We also have all of our previous books up here. If you go to like the comics section, or like we have shirts and upcoming projects. And also I added this new thing with characters, so you could read about like our Lost Pages characters. I did like.
What about my favorite, the people?
There's the people right here.
That's like I keep telling everybody. Whenever anybody mentions the people, I said that was the first time I actually got jealous. Like, oh, that is such a good idea.
Look, we did put some fan art up here. Doug Smith did this awesome cartoony people whacking Hitler in the face. Hilarious. But you guys can check out if you want to read more about the characters and all that.
Unfortunately, Georgina Floyd's got the Zades. And I think it's terminal. There's no
cure
for the Zades.
Yeah, that lasts forever, unfortunately.
Yeah, when you get the
people,
Zades,
looks like sorry, John.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the people. It reminds me of a combination, like with the vest and the hoodie of Creed from Rocky and martial law.
Oh yeah.
Especially like right there, like put martial law and Creed together with the vest with the hoodie. There you go. I like it a lot.
He's just awesome. He's just a street level vigilante, and he speaks for the people. You know what I mean? And tell me, this isn't more like timely than now. You know. Yeah. Nobody's getting locked up, and these judges just letting people go for the most heinous of crimes.
I think all of us are trying to write stories about that in our heads a little bit, you know.
Yeah, like I have a vigilante character, the public eye, but he's more like conspiracy theory minded. You know.
Wait, I got something. Hold on.
And I do have a street level vigilante guy, but now I don't want to release him because people are going to say it's a release of. But my friend, he's called John Q. Public. And it's just too similar as the people.
All right, what do we got?
What do we got, Marcus?
Closer, Marcus. Closer, please. There you go.
Yes, he's awesome.
Look at that. There's John.
So, John, I said I would send it.
Eye.
So it came with me, and I made copies. and I got a envelope, and so maybe Friday I'll be able to get there. I need something to protect it.
I love the public eye. He's so
Oscar is
cool.
coloring right now. The only
He sent me the flags. It looks awesome. My stuff
Yeah.
never gets colored. My
It's
stuff's
just
always
that
in black and
he
white, so I'm
erased
really
the
not
fingernail.
picky with the color.
the public eye is too paranoid to not wear gloves.
Oh, I know. I talked to him about that.
I love that. Yeah, I hope.
Look, I said,
maybe-
fine. I said, yeah. I told him, fine, put the gloves on. Yeah, I'd rather have gloves. It's easier to draw hands when they have gloves on, anyway.
I think one day it would be cool to see if there's a crossover between the public eye and the people.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be
I think
fun.
that'd be awesome.
Now that I have a crossover with an existing character that will be in comic book stores hopefully a year from now. I'm not talking about it because I
That's
don't want to
dope.
jinx it, and I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but I
Yeah.
can talk about the fact that I'm talking about it. So
There you go.
Mary Sue, and I've expanded it. It's going to be, this character is probably going to meet the whole team, so it's going to be set.
Oh, you
in,
did. That's cool.
That's
that
awesome.
way I can throw in a bunch of characters, and then,
Yeah, that's dope.
that's all I'm saying. And it's going to be a 12-page story in a anthology of one of the guys is a bigwig. That's all I'm going to say. So you're going to buy this comic to get Robert De Niro, and then you're going to see me as the bartender in the background. You know what I mean? That's the way I describe it. But look
That's
at
so
this,
cool.
Dr. Octane.
Oh yeah, he appears in the People issue 2. So we did issue 1 and 2. We put them out as ash cans originally, but this past month we did a collection of both of them at full size with a blank sketch cover. Actually, Marcus picked one up from Heroes Con. Appreciate that.
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, you tried to give it to me, but I can't. You got to,
Yeah, I feel funny if people give me things for free.
No, Heroes Con was a lot of fun, though.
yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
So that's my little pitch, guys. I hope you guys check it out. Check out the
Yeah.
site and
Check
Yeah,
out
the
Zig
next time
Comics.
is the
Put your
website.
email in there, and
I got to be back in just a second.
yeah, I'm gonna check that out. That looks awesome. I'm already a fan of your writing.
thank
You
you,
know,
man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
And
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna order the
I'm gonna go
people
get
right
some
now.
dinner, but I'm sorry.
I said I might order the people right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would be amazing.
That's
Yeah,
my
we'll ship it
favorite
out
there.
next day. So,
and I'm not saying any of his other characters are bad. I'm just saying, oh man, like Dave Brink has a few characters that I'm just like, damn you, Dave. I love these characters. I get jealous.
yeah,
And now Phil.
Yeah,
So that's
Dave has
high
a lot.
praise. When I get jealous, these are great characters. Great
Awesome.
characters. So you said you got to go, Phil?
yeah. I got to go out to dinner.
Okay,
But-
I'm going to bring up OK the artist, and he's going to pitch now. So thanks
Sweet.
a lot, Phil. I was,
Yeah, have a great night, guys. I'll be listening.
I think it's important to let people pitch their stuff. And I
sure.
got a little nervous because nobody was showing up for a while. But now we got OK the artist. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hi, John. Hi,
Yeah, this is the
everyone.
first time I'm meeting you. I don't know
Yes.
anything about your comic. I kind of like, that's why I call it Pitch Black. It's just
Uh,
I never met you before, but until I get to
Yeah.
know you, I'm sorry. I gotta see your face that you're a real, honest to goodness person, not a bot.
no, I get
not
it.
somebody messing with me.
I understand. But I just want to say thanks for the platform
Oh, no problem. This
and
is
the
fun.
opportunity. Yeah. Also, I should explain full disclaimer. I don't actually have a book to.
What do you
to
got? You
pitch.
got pizza?
I'm no, I'm an artist looking for work. So I have some like sample pages. If
Do you
that-
know how to share?
Should be straightforward.
On the bottom of your screen, there's an icon of like a television with the plus. You click on
Yes,
that, and it'll
yeah.
say share screen.
Alright.
If not, you're gonna have to just hold up stuff, and then I'll.
I'm always down to look at people's art for
Yeah.
sure.
Back.
So
I had to go
you
back.
are a comic book creator. First off, tell us what are you making? What is the name of your comic?
Oh, I have sample pages. I don't actually have a book I'm working on. I'm
That's
just
fine.
putting
So
it
it's an
out.
early process.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
What is it called?
No. I should explain. I'm not making the pages for a book. I'm making them for my portfolio so that I can
Oh, I
send
got
out.
Oh, he's an artist commission guy that's
Yes,
looking for
exactly.
work.
Oh,
Okay, I
okay.
got
So
you.
you're an artist who's hoping to get your name out there.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I got it. Okay, now I misunderstood. So, is there a way you could show your pages, or is are you gonna hold it up? Let's check out your art. Oh,
I'm trying to
I see
figure-
something over here.
Do you see? Okay.
I see a white box. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it's not porn before I throw it up.
That's
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, you got to be a little careful.
You gotta be
Yeah.
careful.
There
Okay,
are
so I'm
five.
gonna make
There are
it big.
5 pages, but that's the first one.
Is
Oh,
there
that's
any way you
really
can make
nice.
it bigger? Because this looks really cool.
Ooh,
Magnify if you have it on that option.
can I?
But this you drew
That looks
all
very
this?
nice.
Yes, yes.
That looks
I'm
very
I'm trying to figure out how to make it bigger.
Yeah, but this looks good. This looks really good.
Thank you, thank you.
It does look good.
I like you got
I
Kirby
like the
Crackle.
boom tube too. That looks really good. The boom tube looks good.
You got
Thank you.
Kirby Crackle down there in the bottom, which is always
The
something
Kirby
that-
crackle.
Yeah.
I think it's better if I share my screen instead of sharing the individual pages, because then maybe it will let me magnify.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna ask Marcus and John and you, of course, listen, everybody, and people in chat, please mark up. Do you guys still think there's still room within the indie comic book industry? Because we know there's a lot of professional artists that are within the indie. It's mostly professional artists now. It feels like more than independent guys. Do you still think like garage style, fanzine style comic book art and or just issues can still fly in today's market?
Yes, because there's always people who are going to do that. There's people just have the need to make comics, regardless of regardless of
There
the
we
quality, but regardless if they've studied or not. Like some people just need to make comics. So there's always going to be people who are going to go and staple their comics together and send it around to their friends. You know, there's not always a need to make money. There's just a need to make comics.
It depends on what you're trying to do. Are you just trying to get out there? You just got something you want to say or show? Do you want to go
It's probably both with me. You got something to say, but of course you want to see what you can do on the other side of it as well.
Not this year. I went to the cigar party this year, and I went to the cigar party, over in New Jersey. And last year, it's gonna drive me nuts that I can't remember the man's name, but he was giving away like zines of his stuff.
Okay.
You know,
Thinking about doing some zines initially and just give those away a little bit and then work on stuff.
Like with Global Comics and stuff, there's one guy, Dale, John Dale A. He would made his comic and he gave it away for free. I gave him my email and he got a free comic. It's not bad, but people do that. People do that. And with the internet, you can get it to a lot of people.
Hey, Marcus, I'm going to throw some stuff up real quick, up on camera. I'm not going to put it through computer.
We'll let OK finish.
Oh, yeah. Well, OK's ready. He's go. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
I was just wasting time till OK
You
was
got more
ready.
pages? This looks good. I like
Yes.
the woman's face in the profile there.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's giving me Bill Willingham vibes. You know, the thickness of the lines, which is a compliment. Bill Willingham is one of my favorites.
I'll check him out.
I like
Well,
that
well-
right there. That where you got your cursor on that one. That Martian Manhunter looking guy. Oh, it is.
Well-
Is this the Justice League?
Yes.
Oh,
The
yeah,
pages are...
yeah. That's Aquaman's armor or
No, it's not. It's not Aquaman. It's Shining Knight.
Shining Knight. Okay, I saw scales and I couldn't see.
Yeah, it's supposed to
Okay.
be chainmail,
Oh, okay,
Oh, yeah. No, I see it.
cool.
but next
Push that
page.
helmet.
Ronald Marcus. Depends if the art looks good, I'll buy it. If it's indie or mainstream, yeah. Okay. Now, is this part of a story, or is this just you noodling around having fun?
No, it's a story. Yeah, it's still. So this is them getting out of the boom tube.
Boom tube. That's the mother box in his hand. Yeah, good storytelling. Obviously, there's no
Thank you.
dialogue, but I could kind of figure out what's going on.
Thank
Which is, to me, I'm probably harshest. That's my harshest criticism is storytelling in comics. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know when I say storytelling, I mean the ability for the art to convey the story, which is to me what a comic book, the art in a comic book should tell as much of the story as possible. And then you write in dialogue to fill in the gaps that the art can't convey. You know, and I'm a writer and I understand that comic books need to have the artwork telling the story. You know, so this is pretty good. I can figure out what's going on. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm not hurting your feelings by saying you're an amateur. you know, and I could tell the story.
Well, I think you're right about that, John, and I think that's real important because we see so many stuff that looks really pretty, but we don't know what exactly is going on. And
Right.
that's the first thing. You can always work on your figures, and you go take life drawing, or you study and watch YouTube stuff. But the natural ability to tell a story, and like starting out with the basic paneling instead of having it jumbled all the way around, is so important.
Right. So okay. I assume your name is okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You could draw a figure.
Oh, thank you.
You know, the characters look like who they're supposed to look like. Your perspective is a little wonky, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but to me, you got storytelling, and I'm not an artist, so I don't know. Arkham, are you an artist? I know Marcus is.
I am.
Okay, now is storytelling just something that you get? Is it something that you learn?
I would appreciate a visual medium where I could follow the story much better than pretty panels. That's just me.
And I think that's one of the.
It can be natural,
Mhm.
and it is natural, but you can learn to be a good storyteller. There's certain rules that you should follow, and they make fun of some of the rules that Jim Shooter had. They're real basic, but a lot of beginners should really start off there. And then How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way or Will Eisner Storytelling. Yeah. Those are the type of things you think about. You have some of that.
Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics, I think, is another essential.
Yeah, Understanding Comics. There's certain things I like. I like to have a close-up on every page, type of thing like that.
But like, to me, the most egregious example is Howard Chaykin. There you go. That one I don't have. Yeah, I got that. How to Draw Comics to Marvel.
This was actually pretty damn good too. I picked this more just for nostalgia's sake, but after thumbing through it, I really enjoyed it.
Could you send me a message on Twitter about that book? I don't have that book.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, Arkham, who is that one by?
This is by Wizard. It used to be an old like trade magazine that came out all the time, like in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And they did in their Wizard magazines like little pamphlets of drawing and by different authors and artists and stuff. So this is just a giant collaboration of like 20 years of all these articles put into a magazine.
Some of those are really good. Yeah.
No, they're really good. There's some really good Arthur Adams stuff in here. I love, especially texture. Arthur Adams textures in here. Eat it up.
Yeah. So okay. I think you're on the path. Like, again,
thank you.
I could follow this story. Granted, it's only 2 pages. I'm following it.
So
I think that the biggest problem in indie comics is a lot of these guys are super artists. A lot of these guys are okay writers, and even the ones that are good writers, I think the number one stumbling block in indie, and please call me out on it if I'm doing it too, is the storytelling. Like it's almost like they're individual beautiful panels that don't. Yeah, this is drawn perfect. This looks awesome. This is colored awesome. These are all panels, but they don't flow together. They don't. You know what I mean? And that is tough when there's not a sequence of these art. It's so many times it's just I'm a really good technical artist. Bam, here's an image. Bam, here's another image. But it's disjointed and it's hard to follow the story.
And if the story doesn't tell the story visually, the writer needs to be able to make sure the dialogue can carry what the story.
And you could tell when the art is fumbling the storytelling when the word balloons are just all over the place.
And I think you were looking at those Hulk comics,
earlier,
and you said, "Boy, I really like Herb Trimpe better now," and I think that's because he can tell a story.
Yes, Herb Trimpe.
He tells a great story. Now the stories might not be any good, but it's clear,
I was going to say his storytelling is excellent. Unfortunately, the stories suck.
Well, the Hulk was a Monster of the Week comic for years.
I'm reading these and I'm wondering how the hell did the Hulk get so popular? But anyway, let's
Roy Thomas wrote a little better.
Honestly, John, I think it was a 60s cartoon. I think it was the cartoon that made Hulk's popularity grow.
And that was all Jack Kirby, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It says he misses Wizard. At first I thought he was called himself Miss Wizard, but he misses Wizard. I understand. I have a ton of those Wizard books. I ordered one set in the warehouse, screwed it up, and mailed me a set every day for weeks. That's awesome.
You should sell them.
Dude, sell those, man. A lot of people want those. I want the rest. That's
LG. forgive me for mispronouncing this nonsense name. El Dagusto says wordless storytelling is a sign of a master of the craft. Okay, I think you're on the verge. You know what I mean? Find yourself a writer or write and just make a comic.
All right.
You know what I mean? It'll be the cheapest because you're drawing it. Because to me, the biggest expense is the art itself.
Are you
Can you color?
traditional or computer on the computer?
I work digitally.
Oh, you want
Okay, good. That's a good idea.
So there you go.
Digital is in.
If I were you, I would make like a 24-page comic. You know,
All right.
get yourself an editor. If you go on Twitter or if you know after we could talk, I could point and then somebody tweak on your story, draw it up, make a 24-page comic. You know, print up 100 of them or so, and you never know.
And I can always help you a little bit with your art, especially like with the horse and so forth. I'm not the best artist, but I do know anatomy pretty well from photography.
Yeah, you are you're on your way, man. And again,
Thank you.
I sound like an arrogant prick because I only have one comic book, but like we got
You've read a lot of comic books.
We got formerly extreme artist Marcus Kelligrew in
Yeah,
the chat.
I did not. That name was changed for me. I did not. I did meet Dan Panosian though. He's a nice guy.
But yeah, you to me, I will forgive bad art, and I'm not saying your art is bad. Okay, I'm saying if the story to me, storytelling is the most important part. That I take it back. The art's got to be pleasant to look at. You know, nobody wants to look at garbage art. But even a little kid who's doing stick figures,
Yeah.
you could tell that they got something when they could tell a story. Like every little kid drew some one page of loose leaf, drew stick figures of like, you know, falling into the guillotine and getting their head cut off. And it made sense without words. That is comics. X-Men 205 is my favorite silent comic.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh my God, I can't believe I just forgot his name. It's like one of my favorite comic book artists, who's not really a comic book artist in my opinion, but he is. Yeah, he did a Silent Wolverine issue in X-Men 205. It's part of it. I believe it's Lady Deathstrike hunting Weapon X, and it's all silent. It's just Wolverine in the Reavers and Lady Deathstrike. And it's just blood and claws.
Do you remember the artist? Marcus, do you remember?
He did Iron Man for a while. He draws very elegant David Bowie style art. I love his Solar. He's very known for Solar.
Oh, Solar Man of the Atom.
Barry Windsor Smith.
Barry Windsor Smith. Thank you.
Oh, I was going to say Barry Windsor Smith, but I was like, it can't be Barry Windsor Smith.
No, that's a Barry Windsor Smith issue. It's so good. So it got a silent issue written by Barry or drawn by Barry Windsor Smith. Where
do you got another page to show off? I'm really digging this.
Oh,
I think you're on the verge. You know.
Yeah. There are just 2 more pages after this.
Sure. Just as long as there's nothing. Look at that. So so this is the Justice League fighting a dragon.
Yeah, like a giant snake thing.
Look at that. That is pretty cool.
Thank you.
You got your splash page. The only criticism I would have here is these characters could fly. I would have them flying all over the place, make it a little bit more dynamic. You know what I mean? You got Martian Manhunter. Why, they're all on the ground. You got that person with the wings. I would have them soaring around. It's superheroes. But that is cool. That reminds me of a old original D&D artwork, from the Dungeon Master's Guide or something like.
And I also do like the way he shadowed the background to let that snake and the heroes pop a little bit more. I do like the way you did that.
Yeah, you just, a couple more hours and you said you got another page. Let's check out your last page. This is cool. Okay, I'm enjoying this.
Sorry, this panel isn't done, but that's like the sketch.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that Vixen channeling animal powers?
Yes. Rhino on this one.
Yeah. Atom Smasher getting bigger, cracking him.
Cool. Yeah. Vixen, nice booty shot of her.
Yeah, good shot. Good job on that one. We like that.
Yeah. A little. You got to sex it up. It's funny because every once in a while in the notes I'd be like, Renzo, sex this up. We got to sell this comic.
Right. That's funny. Renzo doesn't have a problem sexing things up.
It's funny because he's
Mary Sue.
he toned down Mary Sue and then he sexed up the patriarch's wife.
Oh, the page. I don't want to. Yeah, he sure did. That was funny.
This is solid work. Torchbearer is a professional artist over here. So he's working on a comic called The Thug. And I think Torchbearer's been doing animation and cartoons and toy sculpting. So this is a guy who knows his business.
Oh,
This is solid work. Could you redraw the costumes and make it your own property? It is better than most new guys breaking into the indies. There you go.
Well,
There you go.
I appreciate the kind words. Thank you, Torchbearer. Thanks.
You know,
Mm.
I do dig it. How long does it take you to do a page?
Fully inked. It could take 2 to 3 days. I'm working on getting faster, but
In indie comics, that's actually pretty quick.
oh,
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
a book could take 5 years to come out. You never know.
Yeah, gone are the days of a page. But keep in mind, the day a page, guys, that was just layout. So then somebody else did the inks, and then somebody else did the colors.
Yeah, not and a lot of the indie artists, not some of the ones we're making fun of, but they work jobs, so it's hard to
Well,
get.
I wasn't even making fun of like guys who are
I'm
quick.
just saying,
Like Renzo can't do a page a day, and that's his full-time job. You know what I mean?
That's a lot. Yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting to me. He does a lot, but with the way it is, the way the deadlines are, he can do that. I mean, you're ready for him. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm-
anybody wants a comic book artist to rush through the work either.
No.
Not anymore. No, I think that the one thing that the crowdfunding has done is that you can't really rush through your work, and you really have to make your work. It's
Right.
you're not really rushing through breakdowns and giving it to somebody else.
I mean, we all bust chops on late books, but I think a very egregious thing would be a rushed book.
Right. Yeah,
I would be
that's
more
what I'm
forgiving
saying.
over a late book than a rushed book. Jeez.
If you give, and we're not talking egregiously late, we're talking normally late. Like
Right.
I guess there's a separation, right? So that's
Right.
I don't want to get into all that, but
late is a good way to explain it.
But if
Yeah.
you say, "Oh," and you're giving the updates, listen, my artist really wants to make this special. This might take another couple of weeks, guys, or a month. Your backers are going to be okay with that, long as they know.
Right.
Now, if your artist, and it can take 5 years, but that's a unique situation. Well, no, I guess it's not. Well, at least 2 people are 5 years. But you
More
know what
than
I
that.
mean.
I got a couple of
You know.
books that I just assume are never coming out, so I don't even call them.
Yeah,
late anymore.
I know. That's a different. Yeah, when they're not coming out, that's a whole other situation. But that's true. But if you had your book and you were working with Brian Boland, like all his books were late. Camelot 3000 was late.
Yeah, Camelot 3000 was a year between issue 11 and issue 12.
Dark Knight Returns was late. Ronin
super
was
late.
late. I mean,
Rook is
between
late today.
You can't be late, right?
Watchmen was late. People forget
Watchmen
about
was late.
Yeah.
Like all the big books at DC. DC did those big detailed books. They were all late. Secret Wars wasn't late. And so what happened with Secret Wars? Mike Zack doesn't want to talk to Jim Shooter. John Beatty rumored to have gone crazy. I mean, they had to fill in artists. You know what I mean? Like that's
that's the difference between Jim Shooter and everybody else.
Right.
Brian Boland was notoriously late because he's so meticulous with his lines.
Right. And he was
Jeez.
pissed off that somebody else inked his stuff too.
And John,
Yeah.
I believe you said you were looking at potentially reading Rook, and I told you about how that took a hiatus.
I think I read the first couple of issues.
Yeah, you're only at
And I
issue
missed-
5 is when it stopped. It took about a 4-month break, and now it's coming
Oh,
back.
that's you.
Yeah, it's coming back. I think this end of this month.
Yeah, I got to look. If I miss, I have to read in order. So if I'm missing an issue, it's a dead stop. And then when you're got comic books all over the place, you don't realize what you don't have until you
Right.
actively look. Like now that you made me think about Rook, I'll look to see what issue I'm missing and then buy it, and then I'll read it. Henry Thum says he's listening on his drive home. We were just talking about this earlier. Now that I'm driving to work again, not that anybody cares, but I should be going back to the airport.
Oh,
And
that's
it's good.
good. You get out of the city. Ugh.
So I could get, right. I was in Manhattan, and I swear to God, it was like 2 men enter, 1 man leave when I get on the subway. It was getting that bad. The city is, and
Now,
that and now
did you ask for the change, or did they just change you?
no, it just you don't ask. If
No, I didn't think so, but I
in my business construction, you go to the jobs, you know, and everybody, like my wife was like, "Can you just ask to go over here?" I'm like, "You don't ask. You go to where you."
yeah,
they
you go to
tell
where
you.
they need you. Yeah.
You know, they all go, "Oh, is your job inconvenient?" Like they make fun of you if I'm sorry, is going to work a problem? Is a chore? You know it's not a chore, being laid off. You know that's how snotty the guys will get when you say stuff like that. So you
Yeah, right.
shut
Yeah,
up and
I
you go.
understand.
But I'm enjoying this Bronx. You know, I could sleep an extra hour. So that's always good.
Yeah.
And then the drive home, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I don't want to do it forever, but whatever. There's other stuff I don't want to say because you never know who's listening.
Right.
I got home really early. I could draw the Hulk, but not She-Hulk. Drawing correct proportions for women is hard. Let me ask you. We got a bunch of artists in the chat. We got 3 artists on the panel. It's difficult to draw children, huh?
Oh,
It is hard.
have you ever seen John Byrne try to draw a kid?
Yeah, they look like
He's not the only one.
I know kids are hard because if you do it wrong, they look like little chibis. You know what I mean?
And George Perez was worse with children. I remember there was Johnny Storm talking to a bunch of kids in the airport in an early Fantastic Four, and it looked like miniature adults. You know, it looked like adults just got hit by shrinking rays. You know, it just didn't look good.
Right. The older artists don't have as much trouble, like the John P. Summers and John Ramirez didn't have as much trouble with the kids as the other guys. Like
I think it's because they drew them more, like the Kerberts, because they did so many Conans and Fantasy-esque, so they had a lot. They always drew children in there, so I think the more you do it, I think the better you'll be at it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to call you okay the art. Okay, can you draw children?
No, I don't think I'm that good at it. But I was going to say one.
If you're like everybody else, you're drawing superheroic proportions. Like,
yes, yeah. I was going to say
the last
one.
page you got to show?
Yes. I was just going to say one modern artist.
Yeah, say whatever you want.
Is really good at it. Is Jorge Jimenez. Like his Super Sons work is really solid.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Jorge Jimenez.
Jorge Jimenez, I say he really is a modern artist that really knows how to draw kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen his Super Sons work, because it's Damian Wayne and Jonathan Kent, like going on adventures.
Right. Oh no, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
His work is really solid. He knows how to draw kids for sure.
Lee Weeks is the kids too.
Somebody just private messaged me. I can't move this camera, so I can't type back to you. But if you click on the link and you don't have your camera, nothing happens. You have to have your camera on, click on the link, and then it pops up. So if you're clicking on the link and you don't have a camera on, it's the same as not clicking on the link. Just so because somebody wants to come on and show their stuff. I could go late today. RJ is this is the first time we're not going to do comic book team up, because RJ has a personal issues going on at his house right now. It's not my information to share. So if anybody is in the praying mood, RJ could use some prayers right now. RJ from the Fourth Age.
Okay.
I hope that we will be back next week. Okay, I see you now. I see you now. All right. Where are you? You disappeared. I saw you for a second and then you disappeared. Did I do something?
All right, I'm going to hop off. So next.
All right, okay, we'll see you later.
Yeah,
I like your art a lot.
Thank you.
I think you progress. Keep in touch.
Okay.
Because I'm always looking for artists, and like I said, you are this close to being somebody that I would want to work for. And again, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to encourage you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. So keep in touch. And show me some more pages in a couple of months, because I got more stories than I got artists right now.
All right. How can I reach you?
Okay.
I don't have Twitter. I don't know if you have an Instagram.
Okay, you can reach me at johnslongbox@yahoo.com.
Okay, John's Long. Okay.
And that's anybody who doesn't have Twitter. So how did you know about this if you didn't have Twitter?
Oh, I got recommended your channel on YouTube some months ago, and I've been watching you ever since. Yeah.
Okay, subscribe,
really
like,
like
do all the YouTube stuff.
I always do. do.
Okay.
I'm subscribed and everything.
Yeah, and I'd be interested in checking out your stuff. Like I said, this you know, with some coloring, you know, a little bit more details in the background. This is pretty good.
Thank you. Once again, thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. That's
thanks,
exactly what we're doing.
It was great meeting you.
Yeah,
So
good
it's
meeting,
good to
man.
meet
I
you.
enjoyed it. Like I said, you got good storytelling, and to me, everything else. Once you got that, I think everything else, you know, with a good script, and Marcus would tell you, my scripts are detailed. You know what I mean? So with the good script and your ability, you know,
well, I'm not gonna. I'll be honest. I complain about the guy I worked with in the '90s, who I still work with. I complain about his scripts too. I'm not a good one to talk about.
Oh, it's too. It's.
My wife hears it. I won't tell you guys.
Andrew Rowland, you look familiar. You've been on here before, right?
Why do you put this on?
Yeah, I was on before. You know, when you were showing like all the comics that you bought recently.
Okay. Let's just check out these comments, and then we'll talk about what you got there, Andrew.
Right.
Where are we? El D'Agusto. Look at how they did kids in the Hickman Future Foundation run. They look like monsters most of the time, and I'm not talking about the. Yeah, that's why I said drawing children.
I had to draw a teenager, and he had to look different than Captain Courage, and it's just difficult to make him not look like an adult. You know, like even if he's thin. You know, you really look at guys like who can draw kids, like Lee Weeks, draw a great Robin. He had a Robin graphic novel that nobody remembered, and I leaned heavily on that stuff.
What's his name? Who did Impulse? Herberto Ramos, is that his name?
Ramos, yeah, Ramos.
He drew kids really well. Kids are hard. The secret is in their eyes are full adult size by the age of 8. Most artists draw kids with small eyes. And they look, they look like fantasy creatures. They look like you know, you just draw an adult and miniaturize them. Like I said, that as George Perez is one of my favorites, but that issue where the Human Torch was talking to a group of children, it was borderline horror movie.
You would really think that
They're all halflings. They're not
I
kids.
don't think he ever did.
And thanks for coming. You see, everybody was happy to see. Okay, I was really pleased with that. Okay, if you're still watching, people are rooting for you, man.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
I agree with that.
Do a couple more hours, couple more pages. You know, like Torchbearer said, do it. Maybe create your own characters and see what we got. All right, so Andrew, tell us about what you got.
All right. I have it presented. My series is called King of Justice. I
remember you now.
Yeah. I have this on Global Comics, but I also have my own website, XP
I gotta
Comics.
get my own website.
Huh?
I said I got to get my own. I'm jealous of all the guys with their own website. I got to get some success first before I get a website. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you shaved the beard. You had a Zach Galifianakis beard last time I saw you.
Yeah, so like I'm using like the Global Comics app to to view it. So it's basically a fantasy superhero story. It takes place in its own world, and it's about a young man named Jaden Theologia, who gets chosen by the deity Elohim to become the living embodiment of his justice.
Okay.
Kind of like the Spectre in DC.
I guess kind of like the Spectre, but but
with kung fu.
Yeah, but more action oriented.
I forget. Is this like religious themed?
It's not strictly religious. Since it takes place in its own world, so our world's religions don't exist.
Because it seems I've attracted, and I'm not complaining, I've attracted like a very Christian audience, and there's been a couple of guys that come up with like the biggest problem with like religious comics is they're usually bad, but lately there's been a whole group of people making religious comics that are really good. Like they got that balance of action and a little bit of preach. You know what I mean? Like, it's not on the nose. That's why I was asking. I saw Adam and Eve, and I was wondering if this was
Andrew, do you mind if I say something real quick?
Okay.
Just to go on with what John said. John, tell me you've seen Dead Gods preview.
No, I haven't.
Oh my God! When we're done here, I got to show you Dead
Yes,
Gods.
send me something.
It is a biblical story, and it's a comic book, and I'm blown away. My money is just what little money I have.
Oh, it's that good.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Josh
that good.
Howard has a Dead at 17 is kind of religious, but you wouldn't know it if you weren't, you know what I mean? If you're just a casual reader, say, Black Harvest, he does it right, if you ask me. There's a couple other creators I don't want to, but they tell religious stories in such ways you don't realize it, But anyway, back to you, Andrew.
Oh yeah, so so like it's like not like meant to be like like preachy religious. Like I wanted to write this story, kind of in a similar vein as like Tolkien or C.S. Lewis
That's a tall order.
Yeah, where like well, because like even in Lord of the Rings, like there's like a like there's a creator in their world.
Mythos.
Yeah, Uru Iluvatar.
Yeah, like that.
I'm a Tolkien nut job.
Basically God, in their world, but in this world, Adama, God is called Elohim, which is Hebrew for creator.
Right. That's an old name for God, which may or may not also be the name of God in Heroic Tales.
Oh, you're terrible.
I got it first.
Don't worry.
No, I think the Hebrews got it first.
You're not allowed. You're not
I
allowed.
think the Israelites beat us all to that
Yeah,
decades. A long time ago.
back before there were Israelites, they
Right.
they were the Hebrews first, then the Israelites, and then later on the Jews.
Yep.
It's pretty good storytelling. I could pretty much follow along the story without reading, which is like my first criteria.
Yeah. And you guys were talking about drawing children.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
That looks
tough.
good.
Yeah, you can tell a story with your art.
John, I'm gonna send you the link to that Dead Gods in Twitter, so that way you have it.
Okay. Melchizedek. If you watched my channel a couple weeks ago, I had Cooper on, Telepathic Bunny, and he taught me about Melchizedek. I consider myself better than the average bear with the Old Testament, but I still didn't know about this, and it was really cool to talk about. Cooper knows his stuff. I enjoy talking with him.
Yes, Cooper does.
Yes, like in like in this world, like they, at least in a certain country, they have buildings like these, where it's very like pyramid inspired, and I was
you ain't gonna topple them over. You ain't gonna topple them over.
yeah. I mean, like I thought it was like a really cool way to draw buildings, and like it's also really fun.
Yeah, and it's visually interesting, and it makes sense.
Yeah,
because
like I have to make it look like it's otherworldly. I can't make it look like ours. Because then I'm just confusing the readers.
Oh, El D'Agusto, Elohim, powerful ones. Angels are also. I did not know that. I did not know that.
That's debatable.
We're gonna talk about the different Hebrew. Okay, Henry, if you'd like to come on, I'm gonna do another theological based stream one of these days with Cooper and maybe Luke Stone, because he's a preacher. If you want to be, we'll get. I like doing that every once in a while. It's kind of like a fun.
I really dig theology as well, so I'd love to be a part of that conversation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I heard of Melchizedek from the documentaries.
Yeah.
One of the best religious books I read was Testament by Russ Koff. Is that a comic or a novel? But Heroic Tales beats them all. Heroic Tales 2. If you want to learn more about the Old Testament, my channel's primary Torah commentary videos. Oh, thank you, Henry.
Nice.
Let me go look it up. I'll look it up.
Yeah, if you could message Marcus, he'll throw the link in the chat.
I'll find it. I can find it probably.
And John, I put the link in.
Yes, I saw that. I got
whenever you get the chance. I
got an image by Torchbearer Studios, but I didn't want to throw it up over Andrew's.
Oh, for sure.
But I'll talk through his pitch because I'm that kind of jerk.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Andrew. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I'm distractible.
Yeah, but like that's like just a basic premise. Like it's a pretty simple story. like we see here, our protagonist is like defending, the old man who's like getting robbed, and the and and the robber is superhuman. He like covered himself up in stone,
Ah,
and he's like, he's like getting his butt kicked.
Yeah, he
And-
doesn't have a mouth. Is there a reason?
No, because he like covered himself in stone.
Oh, I see. Okay,
As
okay.
a way to like, as sort of a
I
way
thought
to
he was a covert guy, and I was rooting for him to get smashed.
no, but our hero gets smashed. But he was able to be enough of a distraction for the old man to get away.
Okay.
And when he comes to, like, that's when an angel shows up.
Okay.
To tell him that that Elohim like wants to meet with him.
Okay. Cool. Now, do you draw this digitally, or is this hand drawn
Yes.
on paper?
Yes, I draw this all digitally.
And
on
this
my
is all you write, you draw, you ink.
Yep.
Cool. I wish I had talent like that.
Yep, I pencil, ink, letter. Like I even draw the bubbles. Like I don't do the drag and drop bubbles.
Okay. Okay.
Because like I miss the good old days. When even the dialogue bubbles were hand drawn. And they feel part of the art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of like the drag and drop, balloon bubbles, they just stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. I agree with you. Lettering is I didn't appreciate
Lost art.
lettering until I started seeing Bill Williams lettering my comic.
Bill Williams, good letterer.
He's so good.
Lettering is so important. I mean, my stuff, my Mythic America stuff, is terribly lettered, and so I don't send people over to that website that much because it doesn't make the art look good. It's the
I have a buddy.
part of the comic.
I have a buddy that did a comic, and the lettering was so bad it just ruined the comic, so that he paid and did it all over again, and it just same everything except the lettering, and it looks slick and professional now. Lettering. I agree with you, Andrew. Lettering and it's an art,
Yeah,
like that bubble pew down there on the bottom left.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You placed it in a good spot, a perfect spot. Because
Yeah,
I'm
It doesn't
sorry,
get in the way
Marcus.
of any of the art.
Yeah,
I
it's
hand lettered comics. It's not that.
that's one of the things the artist. Well, you're the artist too, and the letterer. So but you have to. The artist has to provide space
Yep.
for a word balloon. Like Marcus will see. There's a lot of dialogue in this, so he'll put the
Yeah, I have to try to do that. I do have to concentrate on that. I do.
Yeah,
And the lettering like also like should not should also not get in the way of
Correct.
like what's going on. I'll be like, unless it's like a really big this is like a really big event, where you can have like where you have like more than half of your panel, nothing but kaboom. If there was like a big explosion.
yeah. Sound effects are their own beast, but I agree. And another thing people take for granted is lettering is this time in a panel, like right there. I am Elohim, the creator of all worlds. Like you broke that up. There's it's obvious that you read I am Elohim first, creator of all worlds second. Time has passed. Enough time is in that panel for this being to say those words.
Yep.
You know what I
And
mean?
and it's put in the right place, where you can see most of him.
I'll never forget. There was an indie comic, and somebody put a word balloon over the main character's head in one, and it was just egregiously bad because there was space for this word balloon elsewhere. To me, that was just an example of a lack of an editor.
Mhm.
When I was first hired to ink this comic called Andromeda, it's the image, top of the image. You could make a color comic back in 1995, and everybody made money the first issue because you never knew it was going to hit. And this guy lettered. He actually put dots on the eyes, and then with uppercase, lowercase, uppercase. I refused to ink it, the second issue, if I unless I lettered it, because I wasn't going to put my stuff in a comic lettered like that.
Oh,
So I got a little like I lettered the comic. I mean, it's annoying, but I lettered it.
Omnipro says, yeah, AI. Yeah, we're seeing it already. People are going to make fully AI comics, but
yeah, and I don't. Most of the time, you can see it a mile away, and generally, the consensus is most people will not put any money towards it. One of my favorite writers, indie writers, I don't like it. I'm not going to support it, and I usually buy his books. But
yeah, I know what you're saying.
I'm not going to pick it up.
I'm kind of avoiding the whole thing by not, you know.
I'm not saying any names. You know what I'm talking about.
But I will say,
picking it up.
if you go over to Kickstarter right now, there's a whole bunch of titty comics that are AI generated and they're making bank.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know how.
Yeah, if you
because they're titty comics.
You go to Kickstarter.
Oh my god! I was
titties on your cover, or you're not going to sell. I think, unless you know you're really established.
I'm looking at this. Obviously, I'm not reading, but I could follow the story. I think I get the gist of what's going on, and then the words are filling me in. You know, beyond the arts. Like I said, I'm harsh with storytelling. So please, if anybody, I'm begging you, if you get my comics and you feel it's disjointed, the storytelling is off, let me know. Let me know. And one of the things I do is I have my wife look at it and tell me what's going on before it's lettered, because she's not into comics at all. So
that's a good idea. Yeah, I use my wife for that too.
I said, honey, just tell me what you think the story is. You know, of course, there's details you're never going to get without word. But yeah, I think I get the gist of this.
Yeah, sort of my philosophy in making this book is draw it like it's a storyboard for like an animated movie or a series.
Yep. I agree.
Plus I added, like the little, how to pronounce Melchizedek.
Yeah, I do love that.
That's a good idea.
I can't wait until I put little asterisks, little editorial asterisks.
What font do you use? I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry.
I said I can't wait. I love that. It makes me feel.
Anime does that. Manga does that a lot, and I very well appreciate it. So it helps you pronounce names properly.
Oh yeah, because I know that a lot of normal people are not going to know how it's actually pronounced. Because when they look at it, they're going to think Melchizedek. And I'm like, well, no, it's Melchizedek. So I had to put it. So I had to put it in there. Sort of to let them know how it's actually pronounced.
Yeah, it's a good idea to I'm reading Battle Gods right now. This is the newest issue I got to read. I'll make my screen big for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Mayan gods and like southern Mexico wrestling culture. So it's a lot of words that I don't know. And they put a glossary at the end that you could look it up.
Oh, that's good. Is that a good book?
That's something I want to talk to you guys about when Andrew's done.
Yeah. Check out this cover. This cover is just awesome.
That's gorgeous.
I saw that. I saw you post that. It's a nice looking cover.
Yeah.
That's really nice
like
cover. Yeah.
Because it's a mythology that I don't know much about. And Oscar, my colorist, worked on this book, so whenever I have a question, I could just ask him.
Mayan and Aztec. That I do know a little about that.
And it's funny because it's not Mexican Spanish; it's like Mayan Spanish. So, like Oscar said, yeah, that's a Mayan. Like there was a dirty Mayan word, and I was like, "What is?" And it says you don't want to know what it means. I said, Oscar, I want to know what it means.
Oh,
he hedged around
Oscar's a great person.
He told me what the word meant. I was like, that,
when I was younger, I was repeating Spanish words from my family I shouldn't have.
I can handle a dirty Mayan curse word.
But in this scene, in order for Jaden to get of the powers of the King of Justice, he has to bathe. He has to bathe in the lake.
Baptism.
So it's sort of a little reference to a baptism, and once he does that, like he's no longer Jaden Theologia, he's Melchizedek.
Okay.
like his name actually changes.
Okay,
Interesting.
cool. We'll do one more page. This will be the last page. I don't want to give away your. Yeah,
Like I'm
like I
going
said,
to like give this one away, because I already have like a second issue, and I'm working on the third issue.
cool.
Wow.
And where can we get this? Where's your website?
xpcomics.com. You could also find it on Global Comics.
Okay, Global Comics, xpcomics.com.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yes. Maybe I could just do a speed run of like the action.
I was going to bring up something else now.
Oh, got it.
Good. You got it. You got another
I
15
see it
seconds.
in color. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's like it's manga style. Plus I'm actually not a very good colorist. So just doing it in black and white. It just saves me a lot of time.
All right.
Like this is like my most favorite panel to ever draw.
Okay. Yeah. Good fighting going on. Here's your website, xpcomics.com.
Yep. You can find the Global Comics link in the digital comics section of the website, and you can also buy a physical copy of issue 1 and 2 on Amazon or on Ingram Spark.
Okay. I want to show this while Torchbearer is here. What happened? I think I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to add this. This is Torchbearer Studios. This is what he's working on right now. The fantastic,
Well, that's nice.
the thug. So, El Chupacabra Chaos. I like that he's got his Hawaiian shorts on. Oh, and there's a whole bunch of Chupacabras
I
chasing.
like that big Kirby Hulk foot. Like Kirby always put the Hulk's foot
I like the
right there.
old fashioned coloring too.
Now, I like that the Chupacabras are his own thing. They're just not dogs with mange.
Is there a link to look at this book that we can find it? Or is he just still working on it?
He's still working on it. Torchbearer, you still in the chat? Is there any way anybody could check out some of this? I know he's going to be crowdfunding this soon, or I think
So it'll
crowdfunding,
be probably fun
but I think it's going to be like done before he even crowdfunds it.
right. Good. That's always good.
Yeah, it's funny that you said that. Every once in a while, you'll see the news of they find a Chupacabra, and it really is just like a diseased dog or something.
That is
Coyote or something.
That is such a Kirby Hulk thing that looks so great. I love it.
Especially the running animation. It's so
Yeah,
exaggerated.
that's
It's
exactly
great.
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like an old Marvel comic. Yeah. Oh, he's still working on it. Torchbearer says he's still working
I actually
on
would have liked to have seen this with a little bit more exaggeration. Bring out the humor in it a little bit more. Like
I
a
would
bigger
like to
foot
see
and a bigger arm.
the Chupacabras may be colored more than just gray. They kind of
Oh, interesting.
the Chupacabra, give the
Right.
Chupacabras maybe like I don't know, like a brownish.
Make them
like that.
stand out a bit more.
Yeah, make them stand out a little bit. Hey, we got ha 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 ha. What's up? The Shadow Nose.
That always makes me
The
laugh.
shadow knows.
I choose a shadow once.
So here
I
we go.
choose a shadow
I'm
once.
going to throw the link in the. I'm going to throw the link in the chat, and we'll go 15 more minutes, and if we'll end it there because I'm going a little extra long because I'm not doing comic book team up because RJ's got some
I
stuff
hope
going on.
everything's we'll pray for RJ if that's
All right.
that's what he needs.
So, John, if we're cutting it in 15 minutes, do you mind if I show Marcus some stuff and see what he thinks?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
So Torchbearer, who does the thug that we just showed, I have the first digital issue almost done. Good job. It started off as a 10-page story. I'm on page 16.
That's the way it goes.
That's the way it always is. The Chupacabras are flat in that color. Okay, good. Yeah, it's funny because
No, go ahead. Sorry, John.
I didn't know like when I first started doing I didn't know flats and colors, and I think I annoyed my colorist by saying the wrong thing. You know what I mean?
I think most of the comics we read are flats, like the ones 70s and 80s. Those are flats.
Okay.
Getting really colored didn't come till the late 90s. The computer coloring. I think we saw mostly flats.
So
I
you want
like
to show Oscar
Mostly
something?
flats.
Oh,
Yeah.
You guys want to see something cool that I just got now?
Oh
do you think?
wow,
Oh, there you go.
that's fantastic.
What do you think?
That's
You like
really
that, Marcus?
Yeah, my stuff never gets colored. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
It looks
I can't wait. You know,
Oh, I like what he
can't
did with the tie. See, I don't know what color you wanted the tie. Like the whole color of the.
Reminds
I
me
didn't
of
even think in color. I don't even think my comics in color. They're never in color, right? Maybe once. And so whenever it gets colored, I just love it. And I like the way he popped out the public eye, and he put the background in the background. You know how it's separated.
Yeah.
Because I try to get a futuristic background, but it's still got to have a little grit with the public eye on the roof, right?
Hey, Oscar's in the chat. How you doing, Oscar? We're
Thanks,
showing
Oscar.
off.
Hey,
That's
Oscar.
great job. I love it.
Rob Liefeld put out a call for a colorist, and right away I said, Oscar's a great colorist. If I lose Oscar to Rob Liefeld, that's just something I can brag about.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Good.
You're like, you can go, just you got to come back and finish my stuff when you're done with
Yeah, that's
But-
fantastic.
the big
So
stuff.
this is going to be the
He's a
trading
true
card
artist.
when the comic comes out. You know, whenever.
I drew it too big too, and Oscar's a genius to get it fit
Yeah,
right.
so-
because
yeah,
I drew it like
he-
a comic size.
All right.
What Geek Stu says looks great. Conspiracy guy here. So excited for this character. Yep. I love a good trench coat here. Yeah, it's a blatant homage to the Question, to Rorschach, to Mr. A, you know, to
Mr.
all the
A.
trench coat superheroes out there. And yes, he does have superpowers. And yes, he may or may not be schizophrenic. So there you go.
They
And
always
I'm
are.
not afraid to draw clothes.
Every
I like
detective
to draw
is
clothes.
schizophrenic at one level or another. Every
And
detective.
you know, like I said, my comic book is you take some superheroes, throw in some Dungeons and Dragons, and then sprinkle in some H.P. Lovecraft. So what he's discovering may also be driving him crazy.
Oh, I mean, that involves Lovecraft, definitely.
So Arkham, what you said you wanted to show something?
Yeah. So I'm an old school guy. Let's cut to the chase. I'm trying to relearn how to draw. I haven't drawn in so many years because I've been painting miniatures and doing digital shit, like digital Photoshop stuff. So I'm starting to draw again. Do you think this is still pliable in today's market? Since you guys are artists and writers, I want you to take a look at some of my stuff and say, hey, nope, do another year, or start working now, because by the time you're done with your first book, you'll be ready to go. So this is like creature concept for one of my characters. It's like a gorilla ram.
All right. Yeah, I see that.
Oh, I think that looks great.
yeah, I
there you
think
go.
that looks great. I think
Reminds me of Moro from Dragon Ball Super.
He did. He really did. And I got the horns from Morrow. I'm like, I like the way Morrow's horns work because they're not too big that they're going to get in the way of a fight.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bring them down. This is like a panel of a waterfall.
That's excellent.
that's nice.
Nice.
I like the way you said that I can't draw anymore, and then you show us this freaking awesome stuff.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Well,
I
I-
really
I'm
like
my
it.
own work judge.
We get floored. Excellent.
Yeah, I
I don't know. I
have
just
about 32 pages laid out of my first book. Maybe even a little bit
you did
more.
what my father does. When I was a kid, I was moving to across the country. I was moving to Albuquerque, and my friends were over saying goodnight, saying goodbye. And my father's like, John, there's no food in the house. I was gonna make a dinner, but there's nothing in the house to serve. I was like, Dad, it's okay. It's okay. We'll order a pizza. We're just saying. So we're downstairs. We're talking. I'm packing up my bags. My father called us up a half hour later. There's chicken cutlet parmesan, spaghetti, meatballs, and an antipasta. But a half hour ago, there was nothing in the house to eat. You just did the same thing. You told us you can't draw. You've been doing this, and then you showed us this wonderful artwork.
I'm gonna show you
Good job.
the creature's first look, right before I narrowed it down. He looked like a bulldog.
Here's
This
the
didn't turn
issue.
out very good. Where is he? Oh, wrong panel. There. There. That
Oh
panel.
yeah, we see
I
him.
like that.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I didn't
too.
like the way that looked at
I like-
all.
You draw the animals pretty well. That's how it works out.
Well, like here's a people panel of just like conversation of
Right.
things going to go down. This is this is very, very alpha. I'm not putting any skill into this. This is just laying down work, telling story of where I want stuff to go.
Do you
So-
have any?
Yeah, so it's
Do you have
all
any
like,
sequential
Play
pages?
storyboarding.
Sorry, too many people were talking.
Oh yeah.
I hit the wrong button.
What
I'm
else?
sorry.
Okay, what were you saying?
Do you have any sequential pages?
Yeah, I have about 32 of them, but they're not they're not pinned out. They're all like sketched.
They're storyboarded.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm doing like different like reference stuff around my world. You know, different little splash pages. Like the ship is built out of an empty Nautilus
Oh,
in the
cool.
front ship. It's called the Kraken. Like a harbor of where my book's going to start off.
I take it this is like a fantasy.
It's a
story.
fantasy world. Basically, it's a world where evolution is not it's not stagnant. It's constantly in flux. It's the nations are divided by something called the bloom, and in the center between all blooms is a thing called the dark bloom.
This is my 15-year-old niece just sent me these drawings.
So you have a story for her?
Hell yeah,
Little Frankenstein and the Bride.
yeah. Universal is,
John,
is
you have a story
amazing.
for her?
Oh man, it's pretty soon. Pretty soon.
Yeah,
You
write
wanna
a story.
say her- You want
Yeah.
to say her, she's 15 years old.
15
So-
years old and she's drawing like that already. Awesome.
So basically, the story is it's this guy who's like a ranger, I guess is the best way, a warden. It's a small family of people that are just wardens. That's what they've judged for themselves to do and how they feel, and they have kind of an agreement with the Far Harbor, what that place is. And it's basically they hear about, of course, they're anti-poachers, but they hear about slavers coming in, and the main character, since his family was slaughtered by slavers, he's like, no, we cut him off at the knees.
So he's prejudiced against slavers for some strange
Yes.
reason.
And he comes across something that he found, slaves, and it was a secret that it's almost like a myth, like we found Atlanteans today. So if these slavers have 3 of these people that no longer exist, how do slavers have them in our land where we pretty much control everything? What the hell's happening? So it starts a snowball effect about different nations and how this one remote harbor becomes the center of their world, at least at the beginning. So that's the start of the story.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
A lot of animals, a lot of mutations, a lot of
So
body.
you're
horror.
writing this, you're drawing it.
I'm writing and drawing it.
I wish I could draw. There's nothing better than an artist writing and drawing his own stuff.
Not when it drives you crazy and you can't do it.
when I looked at your big thing, I said, "Well, he's got to ink that.
I got a what?
You got to ink that, right?"
I did. That is that with the big picture.
Okay, that was. So do you work all traditional then?
Yeah, everything I do is traditional.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do digital. I'm just not very good at it. My pens go everywhere. They're all scribbly lines and no straight lines.
I will go and John will hear me on the studio make fun of it, like, "Oh, I'm not digital. Like, I don't really care." That's just an act, of course. The digital part means you could get and clean everything up, so much easier and fix things so much faster. Like for me to do something, somebody asked me, "Oh, could you put guns in that?" Well, it's done. Now I got to white it all out, see if the guns, if I ruin the whole thing, then I got to draw it all over again.
Yeah, I'm going to learn digital.
Even if I digital do it, and I could fix all that out so fast.
Let me see if I have one digital drawing. You can look at it when I try to draw in digital. All my lines, it seems like it's either too thick or too thin.
That's interesting.
I just don't have enough experience in the digital. My son's a fabulous digital artist. I suck at digital. I can bomb some good pen and ink, but I suck.
Torch Sparrow wants to know: are you familiar with Terry Whitlatch? Pick up her book Kataran Odyssey. It will change the way you draw animals. I've never heard of this.
Let me see if I might have that. Let me look.
She also did a book, The Wildlife of Star Wars, which is equally good for learning creature design.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Now Renzo draws digital.
Well, he does both, right?
Yeah, but he does. But I asked him for covers, and sometimes a specific page I'll ask him to draw traditional, because then I'm going to buy it off of him.
You mean something like this?
Animals real. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there it is. Oh, look at that. That's a terrific book.
Yeah, except for my cat kind of threw up on it. Why did I look at? You know why I probably didn't look at this? I probably saw it, and a lot of the monsters look so freaking good. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do that, and I just didn't.
Yeah, I get the same feeling.
But yeah, no, I have this book. Thank you for the recommendation. She is fucking fantastic. Oh, sorry, language, my bad. She is amazing. I like her.
What miniatures are those behind you?
Well, we got. Jesus Christ! I'll pull one out.
I mean, are they gaming miniatures? Or are they 401k or just models you like to build?
A dragon.
Yeah, so I like to paint too, as you can tell.
I got boxes and boxes of games with unprinted minis.
Yeah, this is for the Fantasy 40K called Age of Sigmar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got 40K. I mean, so many miniature shit. I love if it's sci-fi nerd. Sorry, again, language. Sci-fi fantasy. I'm probably into it at some level or another.
Yeah, I love miniature wargaming, but not 401k because I don't want to cut them off the sprues, glue them, and paint them. But like I got like everything X-wing, Star Trek Attack Wing. You know, these all come pre-painted. I got the Age of Sail, which is pre-painted Napoleonic ships. Oh, I love that stuff. World War One.
Human, well, somewhat human.
Oh, that looks awesome.
That's nice. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's great.
So I'm trying to get better. I don't think I'm ready to. I think I might be my worst critic, but I just don't.
I think you should be. Not you. Everybody should be their own worst critic, but not to the point where you don't get anything done.
Yeah.
No, I'm still sketching every day, even though I'm like, God, this sucks. I'm still going.
Yeah. People are cheering you on. I think overall, Andrew got some good feedback. People liked him. Man, OK got some wonderful. I was really enjoying seeing OK's work. You know, I've never heard of the guy before. That was pretty cool. You know, and Arkham, you surprised me. I didn't expect your art to be that good. You know.
Oh, thank you.
You talked it down, so I was like, okay, this poor guy. And then you showed me that sketch right out of the Argonath from Middle Earth. It looked awesome.
You paint the miniatures, and I draw comics about miniatures.
There you go.
I work for this company, Mythic Americas. They
do
miniatures, indigenous peoples. Mayans. I'm doing Inuits right now. I'm slow because there's no deadline. It's kind of like a side thing for my writer. He's like got a board member on for that.
Yeah, if they need minis painted for their catalogs or whatever, I'll do it for free.
I'll let them know.
They just throw me extra copies of the minis. You know, that's pretty easy.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty ironic.
Hey, we got Brian Christow in the chat, author of Six Gun Gorilla, a book that I really like. And we also agreed the Patriarch could beat Six Gun Gorilla in a fight on a clobbering time. Arkham, do you have an X handle?
I do, but I'm getting rid of it. It's too toxic.
You know, just curate it. I muted a couple of people. I blocked a couple of people.
Yeah.
I would have to literally block all of Comicsgate.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. But that was 3 people.
But John, you didn't block me. I keep checking.
I don't have.
No, there's a few CG people that are actually talented people.
I'm still checking. I keep checking if you block me, but then
No.
I'm joking.
Yes,
I blocked 3 people, and X is great now. Great.
I blocked.
Maybe I should do that.
Jim O'Reilly, how you doing, Jim? Another great artist. I love Jim.
I block Yankee fans more than comic artists.
Are you a Boston Sox? Are you a Red Sox fan?
Me,
Marcus?
Oh no, I'm a Yankee fan. No, I'm a big Yankee fan, but the fan base, you think that we're toxic? They're so toxic.
Oh wow!
You're
a Yankees fan, and even you can't stand Yankee fans.
It's even worse. No, the young Yankee fans on X are really, really bad. Like we think we're bad. Just with the outside world is worse. This is just comics after all. You know, it's insane.
Omnipro says, "What is the most popular indie comic right now, sale wise?" Now,
no, that's hard.
Are you talking like in comic book stores? Are you talking like crowdfunding? You know.
Because in comic stores right now, I think Skybound is kicking everybody's butt.
But the funny thing is, I don't consider Image indie anymore. I mean, they got movies.
Yeah, you're kind of right. They're not.
Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, even these are not indie comics anymore.
No, you're absolutely correct.
I'm agreeing with you 100%. And I say that people look at me like I'm nuts. And I've said that even before I talked to you about it. I would think it might be Brian Pulido. We don't think about him. But he puts in his fan base is so strong that he puts out a comic and it's at like 100K in like 2 days, in a day, 2 days. And he doesn't charge. He charges basic. He doesn't really charge for shipping because he makes so much money that all the prices is rolled into the comic.
You gotta love people like that.
I'm
that
not
are
a big
willing
fan,
to,
but you know,
yeah, but
I
if
think
he's willing
he's
to
a
get
great
free
artist,
shipping
but
for
I
people that
don't think
pay,
he's-
that's awesome. He's a good guy.
it might be Polito.
I think you might be right.
And he is who he is. He never talks about politics. Now I have an idea of who his friends are. That it could be, but it's not a word of it. Not a word of anything. And because I was looking into back in that book that him and Billy Tucci and Jimmy Palmiotti was doing, and then one of them, and John will figure it out, said something really dumb, and I did not back it because I'm waiting to buy it directly from Billy. If you know what I'm saying.
You're right.
I think John knows. I don't want to bring any names. That's not fair. But
Jim O'Reilly. I keep.
I have
I
to
like his
follow
stuff, and I would like to work with Jim O'Reilly at some point in the future, just like a flat out superhero comic, because his art is just like Renzo reminds me of that John Byrne. Like Luke Stone is starting to show it. Like to me, that's the ultimate superhero comic booky stuff. And it's funny because like I have a flat out superhero story that I was trying to sell on Jim, but he's a little busy right now. But if you ever get a hole in your schedule, let me know. But he's such a good artist.
It must be really
happy birthday.
hard just having money lined up
happy
for you.
birthday, Jim.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, and Luke Stone, like it's funny because I got him drawing like half superhero, half fantasy. And Roland, we were talking about lettering earlier, and I was going to bring this up, but I got a page that I actually had to I drew Luke a map. You'll see it's a 2-page spread of like the big action scene of the comic, and it's things are happening like. The word balloons are incorporated because it's dreams. So you know how dreams can be wacky. And I drew a map of how to make it look. And the word balloons, I'm going to have to tell Bill like how to, so I'm going to try to use the word balloons as part of the art itself.
Yeah.
So when you were talking about how word balloons make or break a comic.
Well, that's what Will Eisner thought. Like the word balloons are part of the whole comic.
Yes, they are.
Like your art, and then he used a lot. If you read a lot of Sam Rosen did a lot of his lettering, the Marvel comics. But you can see the way the fonts were for him. Every person had a slightly different way of talking. It wasn't always obvious, but he really.
Will Eisner was one of the first that I know of that did incorporate the word balloons into the art.
He really believed in that, the page, as that's part of the storytelling of the word. It isn't just a flat, dry word balloon in a regular Marvel comics, DC comic, which thank God they have to be professional looking, but just to have different people speak, if they have different dialect, different type of font for each. Now we're all fonts now. That wasn't his words.
Like even the bubbles themselves. The
bubble, particularly that. Yeah,
the bubble stylized in a way to sort of evoke a certain emotion.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, like the obvious thing in Marvel and DC would be like the Vision. The Vision's or any android talking, Ultron, that type of thing.
So let me ask you that. Now that you made me think of it, when you read those Marvel comics and the Vision had a different word balloon shape and a different, did you read them in your head in a different voice?
I don't think I did, but you knew intuitively that it was different.
Right.
It wasn't just because. Yeah, you knew it was a cold. I mean,
Arkham's having trouble with the seat over there. It looks like you've been fighting with your chair.
Yeah, right.
One of my prime miniatures for that army of that dragon I brought out, the general for that died, and I dropped and I didn't notice, and I stepped on it on my way back in.
No.
Yeah, that probably put about 20 hours of painting that guy in.
No.
So, that's another thing. Like that could make your comic really unique if you really kind of. Not everybody does that. Now some do. It depends on the comic.
Hey, Arkham, do you have a printer?
I do.
If I send you a file of the Patriarch,
of course.
You paint it, and send it back to me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Send me one. Try to bring it as large a file as possible, so that way I could print it into a more of a semi-statuette, a maquette, and paint that up so I can get a lot of detail and stuff in there in the paint job.
Okay. Yeah, I got this. I got this made. And
I'm gonna show Marcus my colors real quick.
I sent it to Eric the Guapo.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
That's my color pencil work.
You're a paint. Yeah, well, that's really nice. You can see that you're a painter.
Yeah, so that's kind of like my style I want to do for my comic. I just don't know if it's going to work in today's market.
You know, you never know. I mean, you just never know. I don't think straight superheroes work on today's market.
Yeah,
That's true.
Like just superhero, like a fun superhero. I think that's difficult to do.
Mhm.
In the indie market itself, I think it's that you see a lot of science fiction is opposed to superheroes. You know, or
All right,
science fiction-y superheroes. I think is a better way.
it's 9 o'clock. I got to eat my dinner and go to bed.
Oh, you eat late.
Even though I could wake up at 5 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock, it still comes early.
It's still early.
We'll start down here with Arkham, and we'll go counterclockwise, and everybody, whatever you want to say. So, Arkham, anything you want to say before we go?
Nope, just support your local artist. Anybody that you know that's trying to put in good work and keep positive, support them if you can, of course. Don't go broke for these guys. Not you guys, but anybody in general. Don't go broke for them. And if you're working on something, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Do it. If it succeeds, awesome. If it doesn't, at least you tried under your own merit.
Andrew, anything you want to say?
Go to xpcomics.com to check out King of Justice. I also forgot to mention that I do have my issues 1 and 2 in several comic stores in Indiana. So it's this one, so it's like 1 and 2.
People can order a hard copy too.
Yeah,
Cool.
and if you live like in Indiana, I have I might have them sold in like several local comic stores.
Cool.
Basically around like the Indianapolis area.
Cool. And go to XP Comics and check it out. Marcus, anything you want to say?
Yeah, this weekend on the studio, Joe Sontag is going to be on. Do not know what we're going to draw because I think we drew Reaper Destroyer a couple of months ago.
You probably
So
draw
what
Spawn
happens-
then, knowing him.
Excuse me?
You draw Spawn then.
Oh, we drew Spawn too. We'd like to usually draw something from the comic, but we'll see. I have to check out his other characters. Anyway, he's going to be talking about his second issue, I think, and hopefully it won't go as long as last week's because I get exhausted in those streams.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. You draw all that, and it's like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I'm sweating. I take a shower after that.
All right. And
Whether it's been up here, yeah, you definitely want to.
Oh,
let's
yeah, I know.
see. Tomorrow I got Tim Olson at 7 o'clock for my conversation, and Friday, Oscar. You want to do art with Oscar on Friday, or if not, I'll continue what you're reading. And then at 8:30 we got it's clobbering time. Nexus versus the Silver Surfer, and Mike Barron said he might stop by for that one, so that'll be kind of fun.
All right.
All right,
Hope he
and
stops
then X-Men 97 or 98 this Sunday. All right,
98.
that's
Okay.
it. And guys, we got 10 days left on Heroic Tales #2.
Already got it.
My comic. So if you want to get in on the campaign, we got 10 days left for the campaign, and then it goes in demand. But the campaign is what I use to determine what I print. You know what I
John,
mean?
before you go,
Yep.
remember to check out Dead Gods with the little G, the trailer, and get back to me and tell me
Okay.
if you're
Send-
excited
send-
as I am for it. I
Send
think
me a private message because I will forget.
X won't let me do it because it just ends up being a Dead Gods YouTube, and that's all it says.
Oh, well, that'll
Will it
remind
still
me.
work?
That'll remind me. Oh, Oscar's busy. Okay. George
Oh,
Farrell?
I put it in the
Private chat.
thing we're using.
Private. Send it to me on Twitter through DM.
Okay, I'll damn it.
Just Dead Gods. That'll remind me to check it out. All
You
right.
got it.
See you guys. Thanks
See
a
ya.
lot.
Thank you, John. Nice being on with you.
Bye bye, everybody.
Appreciate
Bye
it.
bye.